How's life without comedy? Firstly,
Yo, dude, you're gonna jump in there.
bro, I cut deep. I'm just like I don't know. I'm feeling depressed, so I want to make sure. I'm not trying to depress you as well, but I'm just trying to see how are people dealing with depression, dude. It's so tough.
It's confusing. Every day is different, and it's like a roller coaster. Some days are better than others.
Yeah.
I can barely put it into words.
Have you struggled with not being able to go on stage? Has it been like a thing for you? Is it like creating anxiety, or is it like is it you know what I mean? Is it difficult?
It is. I haven't written any piece of material since March, before lockdown.
That is depressing. Not because you haven't written any material. It's just like I'm also I don't know. I'm also struggling to do it as well. Like there are bits and bobs, and I'll throw something out on Facebook every now and again. But other than that, I'm like it's like I don't know. And I'm also thinking like a lot of the topics or a lot of the things I'm thinking about at the moment are COVID related and are like like all very current to the time. But like I kind of feel like when we get back, people are going to be like, if I have to hear about COVID one more fucking time, I'm going to jump out the window. Do you know what I mean? Because they've been inundated by CNN and by fucking Fox News. I'm like, I think people are sick of it, dude.
Yeah. I feel like that first week it's back, it's going to be get all your COVID material out the way because no one wants to bear the thought of it any longer.
Yeah.
Even I even miss the anxiety, bro. Like of waking up in the morning, getting ready for that comedy show at night. When the host tells you, okay, you're next. Like I miss those butterflies, and I even miss dying, dude. I miss every I miss every aspect of comedy with the comedians talking about the jokes and the awkward moments on stage. Oh man.
What are you doing to keep it sane? What are you doing to keep yourself sane?
Well, I've had different phases.
Yeah.
There was
so the crying in the shower like phase of like this is never happening again. There's that phase of like, oh my god, my life is screwed. I can never do what I love again, and then you kind of get over it. But it's like I don't know. It's like I don't know what. I don't know. I also just don't know when it's coming back, man. I don't know when. It's like it's so weird not knowing. Do you know what I mean? It's like I don't like being out of control. Like I don't like not having this control.
My like original strategy was to take it day by day.
Yeah.
But come on, it's been over 100 days now.
What the fuck? It's been almost like the 100 days. I didn't know it was that long. Like 100 days. So that means 20 and a bit more days. That's a third of a year. That's like that. 4 months out of a year. So it was on the 7th of March or the 20 something of March. I don't know. Yeah. March, April, May, June. Yeah, so we're almost done with July. That's so after July. Yeah, that's so crazy, dude. 5 months. I can't do that shit, dude. But what do you do? It's like
it's messy.
Yeah, okay.
I was saying like it's messy, dude. Like my hair's a mess. I haven't had a haircut since March. I'm sober on a Saturday afternoon, Andrew. I mean, who does that?
What is going on?
My dating life is okay. It's always been shit, so I can't talk about that.
Oh, that's funny. It's just like imagine trying to date with COVID, bro. It's just like I don't know, like because.
Are you?
No, God, no. I'm in no, God, no. I'm trying to keep myself sane, dude. I'm like, there's no ways I can even think about that. And I've also like, my COVID has been interesting. This 2020s, everyone has been strange for some, but mine has just been leveled up because like, it's like, okay, cool. Yeah, you've got the COVID, like 2020 happened. And then I found out that I'm going to be a father. So I'm like, okay, cool. That's fine. Awesome. Excited. Amazing. But, oh, well, by the way, the COVID and lockdown and, one of you is going to lose your jobs and you're going to have less money and you've got to pay for it out of your own pocket because there's no medical aid. And it's just like, come now, bro. Just slow the fuck down, please, 2020. I mean, like, come on. It's just like, you know what I mean? It's just like, last year, I had a hectic year last year, like emotionally, because I'm like probably like my dad would be like, oh, you're just a wet man, you know, like, you know, when we were kids, like there was nothing, just like, oh, I'm sorry, everything's okay, you should feel your feelings, men are allowed to feel your feelings. It was more like, you're a man, stop being a bitch. Do you know what I mean? So like I was just like, so the last year I was being like a bit of a bitch because I had my heart broken, and then now I'm like, this is the toughest year of my life. It's so hard. And then 2020, we're like, yeah, we will see. Come, let's see. Now 2020 is like 2020 was like, well, bam. You know what I mean? I was just like, okay, fine. Now I'm in it, and I'm like, I can do anything. I can do anything, bro. I can juggle chainsaws while riding a unicycle, while the wire is on fire, float like with a tsunami, fucking like coming up the beach or whatever. I don't know. I'm pretty fine. I can deal with anything. So I don't know why where that rant came from. I think I just needed to get that off my chest, to be honest.
Crazy, bro. Let it all out. We're here for each other, aren't we?
Thank you. I appreciate it. But yeah, dude. So that's been my experience. So it's like it's been. I'm like yeah, Guru. It's like shit. Whatever it is, I'm pretty chilled about the whole thing. But I'm like I just want to do comedy. I'm itching. I see. Have you done any of the virtual stuff?
Oof, about that.
Yeah,
I have
curious.
been dodging that, dude. And like, I'm not proud of it because I feel like we need to adapt. Like, even us doing this podcast via Zoom is adapting to our current climate. Yeah. But with comedy online, actual stand up online, I'm just so uncomfortable with not hearing the reaction.
Yeah.
Silence. It's just, I don't know how I can't like fake it. Like I get my energy from the audience most of the time. Like I can't. I don't want to feel like I'm faking this energy to the camera and then laughing at a gag that might not be funny, but I think it's funny. Like how am I gonna know? Like oh man.
But also you are quite like an animated and physical performer. You know what I mean? So like doing it over Zoom, and then is the camera right? And are they getting your full body in? And then because you move around a lot, do they have enough range of motion? And then like you're doing your one gag, and then your head is missing, and then they're like, they don't get it because your head was out the thing. But if they were on stage and they saw you, they see like, oh, the full like spectacle and the whole thing. But like I'm also like I'm avoiding it, and I see like I commend people who are doing it. I see like a lot of people we know are doing it, and I have nothing against it. I think it's flipping great, but I'm like, I don't know if I can do it when there's no audience. You know what I mean? I want to hear real silence, not fake silence. Do you know what I mean? I want to hear. I'm used to hearing real silence, legitimate silence, not silence because my internet connection cut out. You know what I mean? It's just going to confuse me. I don't know.
My joke is going badly. I want to see the disgust in my audience face.
Yeah, exactly. I want to hear the boos. I want to feel the boos, not only hear them. It's like, God, I want it to get me in my bones. But I can't believe, that's the thing is that you know what you said about like, I'm missing comedy so much. I'm missing dying. I'm like, that is, and I hadn't thought about that. I'm like, that's the thing. I'm also missing dying because I'm like, I'm not getting to, because I'm missing dying means I'm not coming up with any new material. I'm not coming up with anything because that's when, you know, you normally die is like when you're coming up with new shit or whatever, you're trying it out. And then it's just like, and it's also how you find out if it works, you know?
Yeah. I mean, there's no better feeling than when a new joke lands and suddenly we're all a community and we all get it.
Yeah, for sure.
That feeling, dude.
Do you feel that you've got to a point now that you can like, okay, like you know when something's funny? Because like, do you write like longhand, like writes like pen paper, you know, like, so do you like have like a book and like you know, okay, to like, and then you'll write out a bit and then you'll go try it on stage? Or are you like more of like a write on stage type of dude?
Oh no, I need to see my words on paper for me to actually get into the rhythm of it. I mean, when I first started, I used to even write my actions in brackets.
Wow.
So okay, now turn around. Now do a weird smile. Like I would actually write out what my body language should be on stage.
So you almost wrote it. You almost wrote it like a script. You know what I mean? Like a play or like a film, whatever. You know what I mean? It's just like Vuyi enters stage right. You know what I mean? And then it's like that type of vibe. Okay, yeah. And then I used to do that as well. And then I'd be like, okay, don't forget. Even at the beginning, I even used to COVID, bro. Is that COVID? You're right. There was a sneeze, but you don't die. Please
No,
don't
no,
die.
it's the Coke I'm drinking.
Okay,
Uh,
good. Okay.
it's hitting my throat.
Okay, got you. The yeah, like I used to do that as well. I used to actually like, okay, after this feels like it's going to be a punchline, so or count 1, 2, because I used to go really fast, and then I was like,
Oh
okay,
yeah.
I was like, okay, no, fuck. But then you kind of like get into the flow and you get better at it. But okay, so you write on pen and paper. Have you feel like you got to a stage where something is good and you're like, okay, that's going to work, and then you can bring it to stage and you know it does, or are you kind of like sometimes like, I guess it's like, or are you like, okay, let me try this out? I guess it could be a bit of both.
Yeah, I would say it is a mixture. I would say like about 80% of the time, like if I can feel this is gonna be good, it will come. Maybe I'll be surprised in the other 20%. I leave room for failure
Improvement.
always.
I get you. You improve. You leave room for the silence. I get it, dude. Fuck.
Yeah.
But do you, and the whole like not writing as much, do you think that's because like because I mean, like, you're quite active, like you're always out and about, so it's like, I think you knowing that you've got a gig here on Monday, knowing you've got a gig here on Tuesday, knowing you've got a practice spot here, whatever, that promotes you to write, because you're like, okay, I'm like, it's kind of like you're in it. Do you know what I mean? Now it's kind of like we've got this industry that we're in, this box, that you were in, and then it's just like, okay, now the box is just gone like crumbled, and then everyone's standing around not knowing what the fuck to do, and then there's no rules anymore, there's no structure. We had structure, we're like, okay, Wednesday nights we do shakers, Monday nights we do Monday night comedy, Tuesday nights kitcheners. It's like we had this kind of like box to work in. Now it's just like, okay, you kind of just got to do your own thing and figure it out.
Exactly. Like performing inspires me to write more. Like that's the case. If I write something now, there's no adrenaline for me to be like, oh, I can't wait for me to perform this. I wonder what people will think. All that jazz, all those butterflies are gone. But my other strategy is I've been trying to like get into like diving into my work more now, like my actual day job.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So like, cause like I write and stuff. Like we produce TV. So like I'm trying to like drown myself in that, so I don't miss it too much. So I try and ignore that comedy urge type thing.
Well, that's pretty good, because I mean, like you were involved with Guy Code, is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So like, I mean, I know about it, but like people don't. Like, so what was this? Because I mean, it was an awesome show. I mean, it started in America, and actually the American one had some flipping epic like comics on. I mean, I think Chris Stefano, Andrew Schultz came out of there as well. So there was like quite a epic comedians who came out of Guy Code. So what is Guy Code?
So Guy Code is the unwritten rule, a code of conduct that guys share between each other.
Okay.
Like not using two urinals that are too close to each other. Who gets sent to buy ice at a braai because no one wants that.
The bitch. The friend well, I mean, like the friend that is there that nobody likes, but nobody wants to tell that they don't like. So he's still a friend, and he's been a friend forever.
Yeah.
But then they just kind of boss him around to do stuff. Got you.
And
if you don't have a friend like that, you are that friend.
Wait a minute.
Damn it, it was me this whole time. Fuck. Yeah, okay, cool. So but that was a series on MTV.
Yeah, and we adapted it for MTV Africa.
Oh wow, okay, cool. Yeah, because it had some. The one with Gavin and To Be So Funny. I dig that one. That was probably my favorite. Those were good.
I feel like it's a show for comedians, because comedians can just go on there and just say funny stuff and just be like loose. Like it really works well with the comics.
For sure. But then there was also like, I mean, there was Guy Code and then there was Girl Code, but there was like, it was kind of a mix of comedians and celebrities, right? They would just like rap and like talk about random topics and that type of thing.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Are you guys still doing
that? No, we've moved on to our reality show now.
Okay.
At La Sizwe, and luckily we shot quite a bit before lockdown.
Okay.
Because the lockdown and the virus has like, I know every industry is feeling it, but like film just got hit very hard because already in film and TV, it's already unpredictable, you know. So now this thing just came and it changed the ball game, and people, a lot of productions have been halted because of it. So like it's just in a very weird space.
Yeah, because I got a friend of mine. I got a friend of mine. He's a commercial director, and he's like just recently, I think in the last couple of weeks, just been getting back to set here and there. But then it's just like, oh, cool, back to set. And then it's just like this whole lockdown thing is like with all the rules. It's like, no, no, and it's just like so like they're like because they know they can't shut everything down. We can't go back to level 5. That'll just fuck the economy. But then the thing is, they go to level 3, and then it's like, oh no, hold on, level 3.5. Or 3.41. You know what I mean? It's just like, come on, bro. It's like an exam where they, you know what I mean? They like when there's 2 right answers, but you don't know which one is which, and you can't. It's like it's like a driving test almost. I think they just put questions into fuck you, to be honest. Says the guy failed his learner's license like 4 times, but yes, it was bad.
I feel like the government is just like learning with us. Like we're all just going, and this is like never happened before, so we're all just learning each and every day.
Yeah, I honestly think a lot of the cabinet and the COVID like emergency meetings all start with like, folks, I don't know, bro. I don't know shit. I think they're all just like, guys, shit. I don't know. Cigarettes, art, and then they're like, alcohol, art. So they're like, shit. I don't know, and then they just like end, and then they're like. And then they just throw dice, or they just like freaking ching chong cha for the answer, bro. They don't know. They don't like. It's like they don't know. They're like learning. I think they're just as clueless as we are. And I'm not saying like I'm not saying because of incompetence. I'm just saying it's like no one knows what the fuck to do about this whole thing.
Yeah.
This
is a new thing. There's no like history on it. There's no past cases. This is like all like learning and doing it day by day.
Yeah.
Other countries are also struggling. Like I get very envious because I have a friend who's in Australia.
Yeah.
And there, they have like live rugby games, stadiums. Like it's like they've like really relaxed most of the restrictions. Yeah.
But did you hear about
Insta stories?
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you hear about?
No. I'll get to rugby in a minute. New Zealand leaving.
Oh yeah, I heard that. He's Insta stories. Yeah. They're all in pubs. There's no masks. There's no social distancing. I'm like, what type of world is this? It feels like that was like a forgotten world. They're living very differently in New Zealand and Australia right now.
So it's like they're living on a different world. It's just like, wait a minute, what is this place? I'd like to visit this place where you don't have to wear masks and you can drink and you can go to rugby stadiums. Dude, we all feel like our grandfathers now. I remember a time. I remember when. It's like your granny sitting around the thing while she's baking cake or making cook sisters or whatever. She's like, I remember when 4 ways was just a 4-way stop, It was ages ago. Back in my day, it was just...
Back in my day.
Back in my day. Like, we're going to be telling our kids that, I remember when we did not have to wear masks. I remember when you were allowed to be within 1.5 meters of a person. Oh. It's like
I'm getting chills just by you saying that. My hairs are.
It's what happened. It's what's going to happen. I'm worried, bro, because the thing is, it's like I'm worried about what it's going to be like for my kids when he's like, what? It's like, I don't know. I just came up with this theory right now. I'm not particularly a conspiracy theorist, but what if this is a massive ploy?
Are you sure?
I am a lot. But that was an affirmation for the negative. That was an affirmation for the negative. That was for me. That wasn't for anyone else. That wasn't for the listener. That was like, I'm not a conspiracy theorist.
Fair enough.
I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I get up my tinfoil hat and I put it on. You know what I mean? But I'm like, but okay. The thing is, like, I thought about this now. What happens if COVID is because we are now becoming more and more social distant, right? And we're becoming more and more isolated and more and more. Like in our homes and in these kind of like pods, these little tiny social units that we're only allowed to move in, not we interact in larger groups. What if it is a plot by Bill Gates or anyone or Google or anyone who is to do with quantum computing and AI to get us into a virtual reality / matrix type world? Boom, there we go. I just solved it all. Oh, put my fucking tinfoil hat on. Let's go, guys. Shit.
5G. I think the FBI just joined this Zoom, Andrew. They
did. Yeah, exactly. I've just got a message. Yeah, you get the message from the FBI. Talk to us. Just got a message from the FBI that says, talk to us. Fuck. Yeah, I don't know. But it's like, I think it's weird because it's like, it's interesting to see that the president of America, President Cyril Ramaphosa, and a guy pushing a trolley on the street know exactly the same amount. You ask them, you can ask any, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like, they're just like a guy or me or you or anyone. You ask them about, okay, unless you're a rheumatologist, epidemiologist, scientist or whatever, and okay, maybe the presidents do know more because they've got advisors. But like, if you ask them something general about COVID, everyone's answer is going to be like,
I don't know.
I don't know. And it's like, I don't know. I mean, and then with all that, then some of one of my favorite comedians decides he's going to be like a possible child molester. So it's just like, the world is fucked. I don't know what to do. Poor Crystalia. But anyway, dude, what do you do? Did you hear about that?
And about what?
Crystalia.
Who's that?
Oh, he's a comedian. He's an American comedian. He got in trouble for sliding in DMs of underage girls.
I did not hear about that.
Yeah, dude, I'll send you a link, bro. It's intense. But it's like, I don't know. I spoke to Josh about it, but it's just like, it's back and forth. It's kind of like old story now, dude. Like, that's also the thing. It's like there's so much weird and wonderful and crazy shit happening at the moment that nothing gets a long run in the news. Like January, February, I've said this, like, I think on most of the podcasts so far, but like January, February, that was the wildfires in Australia. That was this year. And then then COVID, and then this, and then the freaking George Floyd, and then it's just like, I can't keep up. But there's going to be something else random or hectic happens in the next 5 days that's going to make us forget about the person that got cancelled a week ago. So 2020 is actually the best year to get cancelled, actually, because people will forget about it because something fucked up is going to happen next week.
The spotlight keeps on moving around. All these things, the locusts in East Africa, the UFO sightings by pilots in America. I mean, what was happening in 2020?
That was this year too. There was we forgot about that. And they cured AIDS. Two people have no longer got AIDS who had, two people who had AIDS no longer have AIDS. And I'm like, but we've got other things to worry about. We have to worry about fucking Kanye's run for presidency.
Jesus, there's so much happening. And I just think it's so ironic that it's 2020. You know, it's such an iconic number. 2020. It was meant to be everyone's year. One thing for sure, though, it's definitely a memorable year because we'll never forget all of the rubbish that's been happening.
There's a hippie girl with a freaking crystal dildo shoved in her vagina, sitting on her meditation pillow while eating kale and snarfing fucking, I don't know, bro, chia seeds. And she said, I knew it. 2020 numerology. I was right. Something was hectic was going to happen this year, dude. Those are the new prophets. They're the fucking dreadlocked fucking white girls at trance parties who fucking have a fanny full of crystals, bro. Those are the new prophets. They think they can tell the future.
Baby.
Yeah, but I'm telling you.
Can I just lighten the mood for a second?
Of course.
Return of the Mac. Once again, return of the Mac.
I can't dance. Bro.
I knew he'd be back. I'm sorry. I had to do that because Andrew, I actually have a bone to pick with you.
Go for it.
I'm in the top 5 biggest fans of Mighty Disappointed.
I'll agree.
And it hurts me to say that because I have a big ego, you know.
Yeah. Fair enough.
And you only invited me on the show after like 3 years and a pandemic. What?
I know, bro. It's like you know, the thing is that it's what, I don't even know what episode this is. This is like 82. And then the thing is, it was like I was like thinking, and I was like, oh, who's gonna get on? And then and then it literally hit me like a lightning bolt. I was like, Vuyi, oh my god, definitely. And then I text you straight away. I was like, okay, there was literally a thing, and I was just like, motherfucker. Yeah, so no, I've whipped myself about it already, and I was just like, I cannot believe I hadn't had you on, dude. So better late than never, dude.
Yeah, true. No, I'm happy. I think it's the right timing because I need this.
yeah. Well, that's also why I do it as well. It's just like, because like it's like I mean, like there was that episode of Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee where Seinfeld and Chris Rock are on, and then Chris Rock, like Seinfeld was recalling a time where they were both at some like kind of like Lani, you know, a New York City kind of socialite event where it was about like benefits. It was some benefits for the fucking Smithsonian or some museum or whatever. And then they invited people to give money, and they happened to invite Chris Rock and Seinfeld. And then Chris Rock saw Jerry Seinfeld, beeline towards him, grabbed him like, thank God, a comedian. You know what I mean? It's just like, you need other comedians to be like, oh my God, thank you. There's another one of us. There's someone with a fucked up sense of humor. There's someone else who's going to like understand what I'm going to say. Cause like I was saying it to, I can't remember who I was saying it to, but like I remember sitting at the Poppies outside table. It was myself, Waylene, Doc, and then I think Stick and Medinga. And we were sitting there and we're just talking and we're just like going. And it just got darker and darker and darker and more gross and more hectic and more intense and more wrong and more like, you cannot say this in polite society. Oh my God, we're terrible people. What the hell is wrong with us? But we would never bring any of it to stage. We'd never say it. But we was just like, almost like we had like this little tea kettle and we had to let the steam out with other comics. So we just like, burn and then like go away. And then we can go back into polite society. But that's my problem now that I'm cooped up here and I see family and that every now and again. I get a lot of like, I'll say something and I'll get a lot of like, what? Like looks like, what is wrong with you? Why? What? And I'm like, oh, now seeing you and speak to other comedians, I'm like, this is why, because I don't get a chance to fucking vent. I don't get a chance to let out my disgusting nature.
These are normal people, so you have to respect their range of topics.
Exactly. Because let's be honest, there is, like you talk about egos and comedians, like there is an ego, and we will try and one up each other, but we will also try outdo each other with like being really like rough. Like if you put, like if you like, it's like with Quibus, like you'll put him, you'll be standing there with everyone, and then Quibus will just say something like you'll kind of like beat a topic to death. It'll all be gone, and then he'll just like pipe up with a one-liner out of nowhere, which is the most disgusting thing I've ever heard in my life. But it like makes everyone kill. You know what I mean? It's just like pops up like with this little horrible thing that moves back. I'm like, oh, okay. So yeah, you need to let it out.
I used to have like very weird interactions with comedians in my early days because like I used to feel like there's a bunch of comedians. I have to be funny. There was like a little pressure like in the group because like everyone has their time to talk, you know. And most people are throwing gags, being funny stuff. So like I would end up like thinking that, geez, like I always have to have a joke at the back of my head when I chill with these guys because everyone is just so funny.
Yeah.
I don't know if you experienced anything similar like that.
It's like you have it's like the pressure to always be on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then there are some people who can be, like Bungani, for example. He doesn't have an off switch. You know what I mean? He's just a natural. He's always funny. You know, Shana is also like that, very like kind of like that. But then it's like, I do get that. I've often found myself being the kind of standoffish, quiet dude in the corner who doesn't say much. You know what I mean? And just kind of like tries to listen, get in. But then you become the weird dude who's just standing there, and then slowly the circle, like you're in the circle, and then slowly you're like at the corner here, and then slowly the circle closes, and then you're out, and you're like, what about me? You know what I mean? Like you're just on the outside, and then you're like, okay, cool, whatever. And then like you also, I mean, comedians are people too. So I mean, even though they don't act like people, but like I guess you can have normal conversations with them too. I think it depends on the groups. If it's a large group, people tend to be on. If it's like just face to face or one or two people, then you can kind of have like a normal chat or a conversation.
Yeah, it becomes more comfortable when it's less of them.
Yeah, for sure.
Together.
Have you spent much time or any time with comedians while you've been in quarantine?
Yo, dude, I have not seen. Let me think about it. I don't think I've seen any comedian face to face since March.
Since March. And have you seen? I mean, like, are you alone quarantine? You're not like with family or anyone else?
Yeah, I've been alone. Luckily, though, I feel like I've always been a loner at heart. I'm very introvert. I can be very introverted.
Okay.
I sometimes enjoy time with myself too much. Before COVID, there'd be weekends where I'd literally be at home sometimes the whole time and not leave once.
Yeah.
So I think I have the ability to switch when to be sociable, when not. So I think I've been fine. And also I go to work like twice a week.
Okay,
like
that's
I
cool.
See my colleagues,
that's cool.
I get interaction from there because I feel like that's the thing that's gonna really mess up people is that human interaction, that lack of human interaction.
For sure.
That lack of touch because like we're such social beings as humans, you know. So like I feel like the mental health during this thing is going to be very important.
Yeah, for sure. I've been lucky because I was first with like housemates, and then now I'm like with the baby mama, so it's okay, you know. Like at least I've got that. Even though with the baby mama we're at each other's throats all the time, not in a bad way. It's just like, you know, like we're just, it's a stress. We're just worried about other things, you know what I mean? But it might actually but a lot of the time is like, actually it's not about like anything massive or anything big. It's just like we're cooped up in the house together, and we're like, Like people are like worried, like people, like I've spoken to people like, oh no, I've been really stressed out and I've been really worried about this and this is getting to me and I've been quite agitated and I felt anxious and that type of stuff. And then I'm like, yeah, you should. And they're like, what? And I'm like, no, you should feel anxious every now and again and you should be a little bit depressed and you should be a little bit worried. No one knows no one knows what the fuck is going on. No one, you can't ask anyone help for anything and then you expect that you're going to be like everything's fine. You're going to solve it like a gangster every time, or like freaking, you're just going to be, I don't know. It's just like everyone's going to Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith every time. Every now and again they're going to go crazy, bro. What was that?
Bad Marriage for Life.
What
that
was that?
I mean, the rumors were always there, but just to hear them speaking about it was very cringe for me, man.
Yeah, dude, he did not come off well, man. He did not come
not at all.
And I like Will Smith. I mean, Wild Wild West aside, you know what I mean? Like, he's made a lot of fucking good movies. Wild Wild West was terrible.
The music video was 10 times better than the movie.
Yeah, but it had Cisco in it. Bruce Cisco was the bar back. Was it Cisco? What was his name? It was Cisco, but he had another name. It was Cisco. He did the thong song.
He was in the group called Drew Hill.
Drew Hill. That's it. Yeah. Okay. So my knowledge of mid-90s R&B / rap isn't as bad as I thought it was. Okay, I'm impressed. Not bad.
Not shabby, Mr. Mac.
Not shabby at all. I tell you what. It was such a weird. It was so weird, boo. Like, and he just. It's a shame, man. Like, not only does he find out that his wife has been fucking some other dude. I mean, he probably knew, but like, not only does he not only does it get publicized, but he's the one getting all the heat. She's not getting anything. No one's saying like, oh, you're fucking slut because you're sleeping around or whatever. Everyone's just like, oh my God, Will Smith's such a cuck. What a pussy, this and that. Like, he's the one who has to publicly say that like his wife's been hooking up with another dude. And he's also getting all the social media and all this fucking shit from the tabloids and from like fans and everyone. So he's not come off well in this thing. I think he would rather have not done that, to be honest.
Yeah, I would also have like regrets if I was him, because even like no one wants to be a meme as well, dude. Like a crying meme. Like Shaq was a crying meme. Now Will Smith.
Michael Jordan is like, yes. Michael Jordan is like, yes, not me anymore. I'm not the crybaby face man anymore. I'm fucking done. That's funny. That is holding back this. It's like, yo, he really loves this woman, but this is really sad because she was getting played out. Someone was fucking slinging that dick on her, bro. And he was like, he had to deal with all of that in front of like, just like, and also it was just like, they're the quintessential kind of like, I don't know, they're the crossover couple in my mind. You know what I mean? Like, everyone loves Will Smith, everyone loves Jada, like loves them together. But now everyone is just like, everyone's just like, these two are too weird, eh? Everyone's all sides. They're like, I don't know. Everyone's like, we'll take them. Everyone's like, no, I'm not sure about those two, eh? They're on their own now. They're on their island.
Hollywood is a weird place. And also Will Smith is no innocent guy as well. He also has done his stuff. Yeah, they've been like...
Do you think he's dicking dudes down?
I don't know.
I've heard rumors.
I mean, it could be. Like, they're very open and like... They're very open-minded and liberal about these things. But I just feel like it's the nature of the guy, August, being like a young kid, being friends with the son, that just made it just a bit really awkward, because they brought him in to help him. He had issues. So like, there's an element of being taken advantage of, maybe. You could debate that.
Yeah,
so
that's also makes it worse.
Very messy.
Very messy. It's just like, I don't know, like, I don't know why, like, I mean, where was DJ Jazzy Jeff at this stage? Was he just like, Will, hey, bro, sure, don't do it, bro. Not one. You didn't just give him a call. Jazzy Jeff didn't give him a call. It's like, hey, bro, don't do that, bro. It's not a good idea. It's not a good look for you. But they went and did it. So I'm sure Will is like, he was laying pipe. But I've heard that he's not trying to only shift some snatch. He's also trying to plunge some booty hole as well. So I don't know. But that's also good rumors. I don't think I'll ever come out of that. Because let's be honest, dude. Like, there aren't many women on the planet who wouldn't fucking fucking spread their legs for fucking Will Smith. I doubt it. You know what I mean? Many straight women. Even even fucking Mariki from the Plus, you know what I mean, with the Boers bar, who's fucking of your beer, she's gonna be like, whoa, you know what I mean? Like even her, she's just gonna be like,
Men in Black.
hey, yeah, exactly. Men in Black. It's like, oh, my favorite movie. Exactly. That's my favorite movie.
That's why I say I think it's very hard for people to judge it from the outside, because Will and Jada are two very, very desirable people.
Yeah, true.
This could have been the reason why their marriage has lasted this long, because they had this arrangement.
Yeah, true.
I mean, it's very weird, it's very unorthodox, but they still married.
Yeah, for sure. They haven't broken up. But the thing is, like you say, Jada Pinkett Smith is desirable. She is, but she was. She was until she started doing these motivational fucking Instagram videos. Like, you are an ocean with the flowers and life must just be. And, you know, I was just like, she was just being all woke white woman about things. And I'm just like, okay, no, you are not hot to me anymore. You know what I mean? I'd rather sleep with Will. But I was like, yeah, it was like, and how's that? Like, the thing is, everything else is going, maybe that's all we want as a society these days. And as a species, it's just like, we just want distraction. That's it.
Yeah.
Because like COVID's going on, there's all these other things are going on. And yeah, with them and with us as well. It's like, oh, next shiny thing. Oh, okay, cool. Jada and Will Smith are having marital problems. This is why. Let's go look at that. Okay, watch. Next, what's next shiny object? This is. Oh, cool. The next season of the next season of Ozark is out. Great. Do you know what I mean? There's like next thing. We just consume things. We just consume things.
I mean, Tiger King came out this year. There was the Tiger King phase of lockdown. There was the Michael Jordan documentary phase of the lockdown.
Yes.
We don't like real things in our faces. We prefer the veil over our faces.
So true. And this is also the problem, because that's why we're so easily manipulated by Fox and CNN and all these fucking shitty news channels. You know what I mean? They just pull this veil and they're like, it's fine. It's like we're like a baby, and then the government and fucking CNN and Fox are like, they have the keys, and then they're just like, you know, in front of the baby's face, here we go, like that, and then we're like, oh, we grab the key, and then we're just like, yes, okay, cool. Dude, fucking India and China are at war. India and China are at war. That's why like fucking, like, I don't, you know, TikTok's a horrible app for people with diminished mental capacity. I'm not sure if you've seen it.
I've seen TikTok.
Okay, cool.
I used to download it.
Me too. Exactly. Hence my statement. But like and I'm only joking. I know I love a lot of you who use TikTok. But like so India have stopped it, and that was one of China's biggest markets, because the thing is, the Chinese through these apps are taking your information and storing it on a server that's no longer in China, on an outside server, so they can be used and sold and that type of shit. So.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, bro. But that's not why India and China are at war. While COVID and everything and the whole pandemic is going on, China were just like, let's just expand our borders over the Himalayas there a little bit. Just argy-bargy, get some more space, to stretch their arms a little bit. The two countries with the most population are at war with each other.
Oh, yeah.
What are they? I mean, hey,
we're talking billions of citizens here.
There's close to 3 billion between the two of them, I think. And they could wipe each other out pretty easily. Not that I want anyone to wipe each other out. I have nothing against India or China. They make very nice plastic things. I don't know, but like no, I mean, I have literally zero against the people fucking both those countries. But like, it's just like, there's just so much going on. That then I guess goes back to full circle to what you were saying about, like, that's why this is like actually just so nice. It's just like, oh, thank fuck. Can have a conversation and forget. This is a nice distraction. Do you know what I mean? It's not a shitty distraction that I know is going to be, I don't know. It's a distraction that I choose, not a distraction that's been put in front of me.
Yeah. And those are the best when you can choose how to escape.
For sure.
From all of this. Because like, even me, like, at the beginning of this whole thing, I used to watch the news channels a lot, like CNN, SABC, ENCA, and I just end up feeling anxious. Yeah. I'm like, why am I doing this to myself? Like, what good is coming from me just being pumped with this horrible news for half the day? So like, I've been trying to like minimize how long I watch these news channels for now.
Yeah. So what do you? I mean, I don't watch the news, but like, what have you been doing to kind of like, what's your vice have been, like, kind of / healthy thing you've been doing? Do you know what I mean? Like mentally or whatever.
jogging is important to me.
Nice.
It's literally like getting releasing those endorphins and just getting the sun hitting me.
Yeah, which is also
that
good for
vitamin
COVID.
D. Yeah, as well. So it's
Yeah,
like
wow, that's awesome.
two birds, one stone. It's tricky. I want to jog a bit more. It was very tricky in level 5 where you couldn't jog at all. Like,
yeah, that sucked.
because I'm not a home workout person, bro. I can't be doing push-ups in front of a camera to post to my
That I'm not going to do
Facebook
that.
stories.
But I have been doing a home workout, and I've found this dude, this fucking massive, this massive freaking dude, cool. I don't know his name on YouTube is Bully Juice, and he does like freaking home workout exercises. And I've been doing a couple of those in the evenings, but I'm just like, yo, this guy is so roided up. It's not even funny. But I'm like, okay, good for you. But it's like, yeah, it's good that we're able to keep busy in that. Are you working at work? So you're a writer. Are you working on comedies at the moment? Are you saying you're working on a reality show?
Yeah, we're working on post-production of a reality show.
Okay.
So I get to go into the office, which also helps me because I can't work from home, bro. I get too easily distracted. There's too much at home that makes me comfortable. I need a change of scenery to really focus.
Got you.
And try to get the best out of things,
Yeah, for sure. No, I've been working at home completely, but it's just like, I'm actually okay. I've got like my setup like downstairs or whatever, and then the baby mom is upstairs because she's on bed rest, so because she can't move. Yeah, because we went into the hospital on Monday and there was like some complications or whatever, but if it wasn't for what everything's going on, she would have actually stayed in hospital, but she's not, so she's actually just can't really move until he decides he's going to come. But I'm lucky, so like she's upstairs and I'm downstairs, and then I've got my space, and I've got like luckily I can work from anywhere. I do get distracted a lot, though. I do get distracted a lot. It's a bit of a ball ache.
No, I respect that. I can't be productive when there's Netflix so close. So close to me.
I watch things while I'm working. Like I'll listen to podcasts, watch things. I was watching The Good Doctor. I watched all of The Last Dodds. I watched all of Tiger King. I watched all of Ozark season 3 while actually working.
I loved Ozark season 3.
So good.
That season propelled it, for me personally, propelled it to another level. It took it to the same level of like The Sopranos, the Breaking Bads. Like it took it to like that steam, geez, I love it.
It was so good. And there's going to be a season 4. There has to be because they can't get out.
Apparently, it could be the last one.
Yeah, that's what they said. I think they should do that. They should end it like Breaking Bad, season 5 seasons, perfect. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
No more. I mean, like, even like, I mean, okay, Friends was terrible from the very beginning, but like 10 seasons, freaking the what was that other one with the smart people also? It's
the Big Bang Theory. Oh, I just puked in my mouth.
Yeah, I know. Dude, well, as a writer, shit, but the thing is, like, think about it. Like, okay, like, I mean, you've seen Seinfeld. Okay, so I'm not a huge fan, but I know it. And I also know the recipe. It's like, oh, okay, cool. There are a bunch of friends who live in New York, and then they have 2 places. One's maybe a coffee shop. One's maybe a restaurant. It's either a coffee shop, restaurant, bar, and then apartment. Those are the 2 main places. Look at How I Met Your Mother. Started off with Seinfeld. His home and then the cafe. That was it. The main 2 places. His apartment and then the fucking cafe. Then Friends. Take exactly the same formula. The apartment, Central Perk, the coffee place. Then you take fucking How I Met Your Mother. The apartment, the bar. Then you take fucking Big Bang Theory. Mainly just the apartment. But then there's other few locations as well. It's the same thing. If you watch those shows without the laugh track, you are like, this is the most shittiest writing / whatever. And people eat it up. People eat it up. That's how numb people are by the end of the day when they get home from their shitty job while they're trying not to look their fucking wife or husband in the eye so they can stare at a blank screen watching a few people who make millions per episode talk shit.
Crazy. So and it gets recycled, and it just keeps on working.
That's why new interesting, cool content like Ozark is so important. Jason Bateman's a fucking genius, dude. I'll say it. I'm not even gonna fucking. I'll suck his dick for a part in fucking Ozark. I fucking love that. He's good. It's such a good series.
I can't say I
agree
do the same,
with me,
but
I like to use hyperbole
because he even directs sometimes as well.
He directed, started, and wrote it as well. So
I mean, that's like,
I know, dude, he's too good. I didn't expect him to be that good as well, because like you look at him and you think like, but that's supposed to be the funny best friend. You know what I mean? He
yeah.
was the funny best friend in everything else, and I was just like, oh, okay. But now he's just killing it. So what is the what did you say the reality show you're working on is?
It's about Lasizwe, the YouTube star.
Okay.
YouTube social media star. Yeah, he has we're on season 3 now.
Sure. Okay.
So
And are you a writer on
doing
it?
that. On that show I'm a associate producer.
Okay.
And that's my title. So like my titles pretty much change with each show because we're such a small company. So we literally do like multiple roles.
Okay, that's awesome, man. And you know what you'll be working on next? Or is it going to be this for a while?
I cannot say.
Okay. You cannot say or you can't say. Okay, I get you. Okay,
But,
it's like I'm not allowed to
yeah,
say.
Yeah, you know, I can't say. Yeah, but like it's going to be very exciting though.
That's cool.
That's like I don't take that for granted that I still get to have a job during this time, bro. Like
for sure. It's
geez. I don't like. Yeah.
Nice, dude. That's awesome.
I'm very grateful.
And what are like anything like? Have you ever thought about like doing podcasting or doing like creating your own content or anything like that?
Yeah, I'm in the process of that.
Okay.
Because I did start a YouTube group where we did like comedy sketches called
I do
Happy Homemade TV.
Yeah.
We did like 3 videos on it. It's so tricky to get everyone on the same page.
For sure.
But like I'm gonna go back to that as well because like I feel like as creatives we need to keep on, you know, creating.
For sure.
Otherwise, it's like a muscle. Like
exactly.
If you stop throwing out ideas and stuff, you get like really bad.
Yeah, for sure. No, you're right,
so,
dude. It's like it's a muscle, and that muscle atrophies. Like actually, the podcast when I chatted to Gilly about it, she says like she keeps writing all the time, but she's also a workhorse. But like she keeps writing all the time because she knows it's a muscle and it keeps it in the gym. But you know what I mean? She didn't say that. That was so bad.
From the south, eh?
Yeah, but you must know, boo, from Rosettenville, eh? I think that's in the south. I don't even know.
I think it is.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, the first, the only thing I know about Rosettenville is we're the first Nando's ever, so it's good for something.
That could be the only thing it's good for.
Yeah, exactly. That and casual violence. Yeah, those are the 2 things it's known for. Yeah. Nando's and casual violence outside the Nando's. Yeah.
Hashtag winning.
Hashtag winning. Dude, thanks so much for doing this, man. I really appreciate it. But you've got like what social media handles and all those things where people can catch you or grab you and whatever.
Okay, cool. On Twitter, it's at Vuyi Xaba, VUYXABA. Okay. Instagram, it's at Vuyi Xaba, and Facebook, Vuyi Xaba.
Awesome, bud. Okay, cool.
Thanks for this, Andrew, dude. This was fun.
Yeah, man.
Awesome. I got stuff off my chest. I feel like I've learned something, and I saw your face as well.
I know, dude. It's so good to see another comedians, dude. Thanks, bro. I really appreciate you doing this, bro. Thank you, bro. I'll chat to you soon.
All right, cool. Thanks, bro.
Peace, dog.
Return of the Mac.
What?